It is crazy. The question is, when will all this insanity come to an end? Because real people are suffering real pain thanks to the, quote, Affordable Care Act. Just ask Bill. Joining me now from Tampa, Florida, founder and CEO of the Rotella legal group, Bryan Rotella. Bryan, a moment of clarity, a moment of honesty for Bill Clinton, I think sums up what this 2016 presidential campaign should be, at least one of the items should be all about, and that is Obamacare. This should be a referendum on Obamacare. At this point, we have 30 days to go until the presidential election. It's not a referendum on Obamacare.
Couldn't agree more, Graham. And some folks over the summer said that Bill Clinton had lost his fastball. Well, he brought it yesterday or the day before in that speech, absolutely doing the role that he played in the 1990s so well as what they called the explainer-in-chief. As a healthcare lawyer, a corporate lawyer working with healthcare businesses across the country and providers, I have not heard as good of an explanation of Obamacare than what Bill Clinton laid out and what Mr. Trump then obviously parroted the day after.
All right, but here's the rest of what he said, and this is the scary part, because, you know, he was setting up the solution that Hillary Clinton is going to suggest to, quote, fix Obamacare, and that is force everybody into Medicare and force everybody into Medicaid. Medicaid is going broke. States are spending 25 cents out of every dollar on Medicaid right now. The actuaries say, what, it's going to be 5, 10 years, this thing's going to go bankrupt? This is going to put it over the edge if Hillary Clinton gets elected and is allowed to force everybody into Medicaid. Medicaid is exploding right now because of Obamacare.
Graham, it's insanity. Going with the sports analogy, it's football season.
Yeah.
If you're watching your football team and they keep running the ball till they're driving you nuts and they keep running into a defensive line, that's exactly what the public option is. We ran the ball on 1st and 2nd and 3rd down. They're trying to run it again on the 4th down with a public option. The problem with Obamacare is the government has no ability to take over coverage of millions and millions of folks for their health care.
Right.
What hasn't been addressed by anybody is the real problem. The real problem is cost, and most importantly, how doctors deliver service. And there have been no solutions presented, particularly by former President Clinton, current President Obama, or Secretary of State Clinton. The only real solutions have been presented by Mr. Trump.
Obamacare is built on lies. And we knew that back then in 2010. We know it even clearer now because we look back at the videotape where Obama says that you can keep your doctor, you can keep your health care plan. It was all lies. They knew that. Now we have another lie coming to fruition. And that is in California. Has just applied to officially and legally give Obamacare to illegal immigrants. This is one of the selling points. Remember, back in 2009, 2007, they promised that illegal immigrants would not have access to Obamacare, and here we have the door opening for that.
Graham, I'm a lawyer here in Florida where I'm based, but I'm also licensed and went to law school years ago back in California, and we work with some small healthcare businesses in California. And let me tell you, I've been hearing since that petition came out recently from a lot of our folks that are really upset because these small businesses, some of the folks that Bill Clinton was talking about in that speech, they're really busting it, just as he said. They're struggling. And the idea that now their tax dollars are going to subsidize folks that are not in the country legally for health care, that's incredibly disappointing. And it's quite frankly demoralizing to the small businesses of California and quite frankly across the country.
Meantime, the Congress is fully funding Obamacare, and some Congress people want to actually rescue Obamacare and prop it up. We need to let Obamacare implode, and I'm sorry, but people are going to get hurt along the way. That's the only way we're going to get rid of this thing and return to some form of a free market system. Bryan, thanks.